Hey there, and welcome back to the Simple AI Guide, where we take the complicated world of artificial intelligence and explain it in plain English. My name is Hope. Today we are discussing something that I know a lot of you are curious about, using artificial intelligence to help you lose weight, eat better, and finally stick to a diet. That is right. AI for dieting is a real thing. It is growing fast, and by the end of this episode, you are going to understand how it works, which tools are worth your time, and what the research says about whether any of this stuff delivers results. Let me start with something I think most of us can relate to. You decide you're going to eat better. Maybe you download a calorie counting app. Maybe you buy a meal prep cookbook. Maybe you write out a plan on Sunday night with the best intentions in the world. And then by Wednesday, life happens. You skipped logging your lunch. You have no idea what was in that restaurant dinner. You gave up. Sound familiar? You are not alone. Dieting is genuinely hard, not because people lack willpower, but because the tools we have had for decades were not designed around how real people actually live. Writing down every bite you eat, manually searching a database for every ingredient, recalculating your calories when your weight changes, it is tedious, it is time-consuming, and most people quit before the habit forms. That is exactly the problem that artificial intelligence is now solving, and it is solving it in some impressive ways. So, what exactly is AI for dieting? At its core, it means using machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing, all fancy terms, don't worry, to help people track food, plan meals, and lose weight more effectively. Instead of a static calorie counter that treats every person the same, today's AI diet tools actually learn from your individual habits. They adapt to your progress. They give you personalized guidance in real time, around the clock. Think of it like having a personal nutritionist in your pocket, one who is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never judges you for that slice of birthday cake, and actually gets smarter about your body the longer you use it. Now, this is not just marketing hype. The research is backing this up. Researchers at MIT Sloan School of Management published findings confirming that participants who used a tailored AI tool in an online weight loss program saw measurable reductions in their body mass index. That is their BMI. And here is something really interesting about that study. The biggest benefits were seen by people with less nutritional knowledge. So AI tools are not just helping the health-obsessed fitness crowd. They are making the biggest difference for the everyday people who struggle most with traditional diet advice. Let's talk about how these tools actually work, because once you understand the technology underneath, the results make a lot more sense. The first big breakthrough is photo-based food recognition. You have probably seen this in apps. You take a picture of your meal, and the app tells you the calories and nutritional content almost instantly. Apps like Snap Calorie, FoodVisor, and the Simple app have been leading this space. The AI uses computer vision to identify individual food items in your photo. Then it estimates the portion size and cross-references a nutritional database, all in a matter of seconds. Now, is it perfect? Not yet. It still has trouble with complex mixed dishes or restaurant meals where you cannot see the hidden sauces and oils. But here is the thing. According to recent reviews of these apps, the photo logging technology has matured enough that it actually works often enough to matter. And that matters because the biggest obstacle to calorie tracking has always been the effort involved. When logging your lunch takes 10 seconds instead of 5 minutes, people actually do it. The second technology driving AI dieting is machine learning and adaptive planning. This is where things get really interesting. Over time, as you log your meals and track your weight, the AI starts to learn your unique metabolic patterns. It stops using a generic formula and starts adjusting your calorie targets based on your actual progress. Here's why that is so valuable. Research shows that people underestimate their caloric intake by somewhere between 30 and 50%. 30 to 50%. We are genuinely not great at eyeballing portions or remembering exactly what we ate. Automated tracking, even when it is imperfect, is far more reliable than our own memories. And when the AI can adjust your plan in real time based on real results, it avoids the problem every printed meal plan has. It never goes stale. Apps like Stronger Faster do exactly this. They automatically recalculate your calorie and macronutrient needs as your weight changes. That adaptive loop is what differentiates AI-powered dieting from a piece of paper with a meal plan on it. The third technology is natural language processing, which means you can just talk to the app in plain English. You type in something like, I had a bowl of pasta with vodka sauce, maybe 2 cups, and it logs it. You do not have to search through a database and manually add items. Some platforms take this further and include full AI coaching assistance. Healthify.me's AI nutritionist named Ria analyzes your health data and offers personalized recommendations based on your individual profile. The experience starts to feel less like filling out a spreadsheet and more like texting a knowledgeable friend who actually knows your history. Okay, so let's get into the specific apps, because I know that is what a lot of you want. What should I actually download and try? The one getting the most attention right now for accuracy is Nutrola. It combines a nutritionist verified food database with AI powered logging. You can log by photo, by voice, or by text. Its meal planning is built on over 150 metabolic research studies, and it adjusts to your weekly progress. For people who want something comprehensive for fat loss or general wellness, Nutrola is getting very strong reviews in 2026. The simple app takes a more holistic approach. It combines AI nutrition coaching with intermittent fasting guidance and fitness support all in one place. And there is a real story behind this one that I want to share with you. A man named Daniel Abeta, 43 years old, lost over 100 pounds using the simple app after more than a decade of failed conventional diets. He was featured by Today.com in April 2026. He credited the app's personalized feedback and ease of use for finally making the difference. After 10 plus years of trying and failing, an AI app changed the outcome for him. That is not a small thing. If meal planning is your biggest challenge, sitting down every week and figuring out what to cook, then Eat This Much is worth a look. You tell it your food preferences, your budget, your dietary style, whether you are doing keto, vegan, paleo, Mediterranean, you name it. And it automatically builds your weekly menu and your grocery list. It even integrates with Instacart so you can have the ingredients delivered. For people who feel overwhelmed just figuring out what to eat, this is a game changer. If you are feeding a family with different dietary needs under one roof, there is an app called Melio that is specifically designed for that. It has what they call a hybrid mode. It can create shared meals for family members who all eat the same, while building completely individualized plans for others. And it supports over 14 specialized diets, including protocols for people using GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy, which a lot of people are navigating right now alongside their weight loss journeys. And of course, there is MyFitnessPal, probably the most widely recognized name in calorie tracking. It has integrated AI-powered voice logging and personalized recipe recommendations into its existing platform. If you already understand calorie tracking and you want to add intelligent automation on top of that, MyFitnessPal is still a very solid choice. Now, I want to talk about something that sounds very science fiction, but is actually happening right now, and it points toward where AI dieting is heading. It is called CGM, continuous glucose monitoring, combined with AI. A CGM is a small wearable device about the size of a large bandage that you wear on your arm or abdomen. It continuously tracks your blood sugar levels throughout the day. Every time you eat something, you can see exactly how your body responds. Did that bowl of oatmeal cause a big blood sugar spike? Did that salad keep you steady? The data is there in real time. Here's the thing that scientists have discovered. Two people can eat the exact same meal and have completely different blood sugar responses. Your biology is unique. What spikes your blood sugar might barely affect your friends. That is why generic diets, where everyone eats the same thing, often fail. They are not built for your individual metabolism. CGM devices were originally developed for people managing diabetes, but they are now being adopted by health-conscious people who want to optimize their metabolism, and AI is the layer that makes the data actually usable. A platform called NutriSense pairs the CGM hardware with registered dietitian coaching and AI analysis, helping users understand which specific foods cause energy crashes or trigger fat storage in their own body. A clinical trial currently underway in Singapore is studying an AI-assisted dietary prediction system combined with CGM for weight loss in overweight adults. The goal is to demonstrate that this combination produces better outcomes than standard dietary advice alone. Results are expected by the end of 2026. This kind of research could reshape how personalized nutrition is prescribed going forward. For most everyday people, full CGM integration may still feel like a premium step. The devices are not cheap, and the learning curve is real. But costs are dropping, AI analysis tools are improving, and personalized metabolic dieting is moving toward the mainstream faster than most people realize. Now, let us talk about the research, because I want to be honest with you about what the science says, the good and the limits. The MIT Sloan research I mentioned earlier is genuinely encouraging. Real participants, real BMI reductions. And again, the finding that people with less nutritional knowledge benefit most, that is really important for making healthy eating accessible to everyone, not just people who already know a lot about nutrition. A study published in the journal Nutrients in early 2025 compared weight loss meal plans generated by ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot against standard dietary quality benchmarks. The researchers found that AI chatbots could generate nutritionally reasonable diet plans, but accuracy varied, particularly around calorie precision and making sure all the essential vitamins and minerals were covered. The conclusion was that AI-generated plans are useful starting points, but they work best when reviewed or supplemented by a registered dietitian. Now, here's a finding I want to make sure I share, because honesty matters. A study published in Frontiers in Nutrition in January of 2026 found that AI-generated nutrition plans were systematically undercalculating caloric needs for adolescents by about 695 calories compared to plans created by human dietitians. For a teenager, that kind of undercalculation is not just unhelpful, it could actually be harmful. The takeaway from all of this research is consistent. AI tools are powerful assistants, but they are not infallible. For healthy adults tracking their eating habits and trying to lose weight, they can be genuinely transformative. For children, teenagers, pregnant women, or people managing chronic health conditions, professional human oversight remains essential. Now, if you are ready to actually try some of these tools, here is practical advice for getting started. Start with just one app. I know it is tempting to download 5 things and try them all at once, but that is a recipe for overwhelm. Pick the one that matches your primary need, whether that is calorie tracking, meal planning, or coaching support, and commit to it for 30 days before you judge it. Use photo logging from day one. The photo feature is there specifically to eliminate the biggest barrier to building a tracking habit. Just snap your meal before you eat. That is it. You will be amazed how fast that habit forms when it only takes 10 seconds. Be consistent, not perfect. AI tools get smarter the more data they have. An imperfect log is always better than no log. When you skip a meal entry, the AI has a gap in its picture of you, and it cannot personalize effectively with gaps. Log every day, even when your day was not perfect. Especially when your day was not perfect. Trust the adaptive adjustments. When the app recalculates your calorie targets after a few weeks, that is not an error. That is the AI doing its job, responding to your actual results instead of a theoretical starting formula. A lot of people get frustrated at this moment and override the recommendation. Do not. That adaptive recalibration is the whole point. Pair AI with real food choices. The research consistently points to whole foods and adequate protein as the dietary foundation that actually works. Current recommendations suggest somewhere around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Let the AI optimize the execution, help you hit your numbers, build your grocery list, suggest recipes, but build it on top of a genuinely solid nutritional strategy. AI cannot overcome a fundamentally poor diet. It can make a good approach much more effective. And finally, talk to your doctor before you rely on any AI app as your primary guide if you have existing health conditions. This applies especially if you have a history of disordered eating, diabetes, heart disease, or other conditions where individualized medical guidance is not optional. AI diet apps are wellness tools. They are not medical devices. Let me also be direct about the limitations, because you deserve the full picture. Photo recognition is still imperfect. Hidden oils, complex sauces, restaurant portions. The AI makes its best estimate, but you need to develop a sense of when it got it wrong, especially for high-calorie ingredients that can easily be invisible in a photo. Generic AI-generated plans can miss cultural context. Studies have found that AI plans sometimes lag behind dietitian-created plans in personalizing for cultural food traditions and preferences. If the app keeps suggesting foods that do not fit your background or your taste, use the customization tools to train it toward what actually works for you. Data privacy is a real consideration. Before you upload weeks of your eating habits, your health goals, and your body data to any platform, read the privacy policy. Find out whether your data is used to train their models, whether it is shared with third parties, and whether it could end up being sold to advertisers. The data you generate in these apps is personal. It deserves the same protection you would give any other health information. And engagement is non-negotiable. The AI only learns from you if you actually use it. The first 2 or 3 weeks are the hardest, building the daily habit of logging and checking feedback. Once that habit is in place, everything gets easier, but no amount of sophisticated AI can compensate for not showing up. So here's the bottom line on AI for dieting and where things stand in 2026. The technology has crossed a threshold. It is no longer a novelty or a gimmick. MIT researchers have confirmed real BMA reductions. Real people are losing 100 pounds after years of failed conventional diets. CGM combined with AI is unlocking a level of metabolic personalization that simply was not possible a decade ago. Apps are becoming genuinely easier to use. Photo logging works, voice logging works, conversational coaching works. At the same time, the best uses of AI dieting are as a powerful companion to good habits, not a replacement for them. The food still has to be real. The effort still has to be there. Professional guidance still matters for people with health conditions, and data privacy still requires your attention. But for the millions of people who have tried every diet in the book and found that the sheer effort of tracking and planning was what broke them, AI tools may finally be the answer to closing that gap. Not because the AI is magic, but because removing friction makes consistent behavior actually achievable for real people with real lives. If you found this podcast useful, give us a like and follow us. Leave us your comments. If you want the full written guide with all the tool comparisons and step-by-step instructions, head over to ai4everyone.ai. The link will be in the show notes. And while you are there, subscribe to our free newsletter. Every week we cover one AI topic in plain English. No jargon, no hype. Just practical stuff you can use. This episode was written by humans and AI. It has been read by an AI voice. Thanks for listening to the Simple AI Guide. Join me for the next episode.